basically said, guys, I did not trade since some days since my little accident that I had, and my lower back is hurt. Fell down at the stairs of my parents, went to hospital, and couldn't really move for a while. It's better now, although still struggling when I stay up. So, but this knocked me out, guys. I couldn't trade really since 3 days. It fucked me up, you know. I was just starting to go to gym. I was motivated to go to the gym, guys, really, because also summer is coming, weather is becoming better, right? I wanted to get in shape, and then this accident, it not only, you know, it really made my mood go down because I cannot like work out like this. I can barely stay up when I sit right now. It's, yeah, fucked me up. But yeah, I will have to get back now into trading. And the reason why we delayed the size prop, the funded account challenge, is also because of this. And guys, also some of the members from size prop are based in Dubai, and they had to move out. At least my friend, and so also he did not work since some days. He got back today at working. That's why we delayed the size prop challenge that we had promised, but we will do it now in the next days. First of all, I have to start trading actively before I can, yeah, start that. The last trade that I shared was a shit trade. I will quickly explain why. It was basically, I shared a long pretty early when price was here at 68. Guys, I shared a long, and yes, 68 here. At this consolidation, I shared a long. And the reason why that was too early is because the price had not taken out any low, guys. I shared that here when I saw this consolidation. I did not pay enough attention because basically, guys, when the price, let me remove everything here, started to rally down here, okay? When it started to rally down and this had become resistance here, supply, what happened here right now? One moment. So this became here supply, right? And then price started to rally down. I didn't want to buy early here, but I thought here could be a good level, but that was a mistake. Why? Because price had not taken out any low. And usually it would have to do that because, when the, bigger traders short, they take the liquidity here from the buyers, from those who buy the dip because Bitcoin is bullish and so on. People buy here. They take that liquidity short intraday. And usually where they can take profit is when, when liquidity comes in, right? And that happens when lows get swept, like this low, for example, or this low. So I had placed my stop below this low, slightly below that. That was a mistake. It was too tight. So ideally, I should have bought here at the sweep at this low and put it below this one. But even that would have been too early. So the mistake was to not wait for a sweep of these lows and buying early here. That was a shit idea, guys. So when price fails to bounce at a support level, guys, that becomes a resistance level. For that reason, I don't know if you had watched my supply and demand videos, but it's basically you have to think like this. When the retail, when normal traders like we or the noob traders, when they buy at a certain level, but that fails, then that level usually becomes resistance. That's where the bigger traders place new trades. So here, obviously, some short trades have been placed. Maybe additional trades to these ones from the high, Those who shorted here placed here additional trades. What then happens is this becomes resistance here, this level. Okay, and then the logical level where you can take profit um, when you short here and when you're a big guy and you need liquidity is after sweeping lows. Like here, okay, this is where they can take profit because people get stopped out. Those who are long from earlier place their stops below these levels, obviously. Those are liquidity levels. Makes sense, right? And maybe even this low could have gotten swept or these, but that did not happen. This was probably enough. And also this is a level here, a major level. This was a major level, as you can see, this 66 level. And similarly, guys, just like I explained here, when a level that fails, where people buy and then it fails, becomes resistance. Similarly, guys, a level where people short and price breaks above it, that one becomes support. Like this one here. When price goes down, people short here. Okay, when they see, oh, price goes down, they short, they place their stops above this one. When price breaks above it, now this is the level that becomes support, you know. Same here. So this was the highs. People short place their stops above that one, gets broken. Now it's support. Okay. It's actually support and resistance. Simple. And today I saw the price was here and I thought it could come down and I would, well, if I was trading, I would try to buy here, place my stop below this level, below this small zone here. Then I think this was an easy trade that could have been taken like this. And then target the highs. An easy 2.5 hour trade, 2.6. Then price came down here, bounced up. This was an easy trade. After all this PA here that happened, I expected this, just didn't share. Do you agree? Like this was easy to guess, this trade, despite all the bullshit that's going on with the AI trading bots and manipulation that we have recently. This was really an easy trade. I wish I shared it when I saw it this morning, but no worries. I am starting to trade Bitcoin from now on. Then, yeah, we will keep nailing such trades as we did when we traded Bitcoin more actively. I'm speaking about me and those who copied my trades. I know the other traders are still nailing it, so glad that they are here and helping me right now. Guys, the war in Iran, in Iran, and the situation, everything so fucked up, really, right now. What do you think? Is the bottom in here for Bitcoin? Because from a weekly perspective right now, if I look at this, we are basically still consolidating, guys. This is the range here right now. Here resistance. Still consolidating between the 75 and 60K range. Yeah, this is the range right now. Okay, this is the range. And before we break out here, we are consolidating practically. The only question is if this was the bottom or do we sweep that? That's the only question. And honestly, I don't know. I don't know. So my plan is to simply trade the highs and the lows. When I now start trading Bitcoin, I will do that. My current plan is to watch if we break this recent high at 71 here and then sweep this high, guys. If we do sweep this high here at 74, I will be looking to buy at this current here high. Okay, this is for now my plan. So if price goes up, does not get rejected here but goes higher, sweeps this one, I would expect it to go down, and then I would be looking to potentially buy here for higher levels. Another possibility is that it comes down to retest here. This is my plan. We'll try to share it when I take the trades. Guys, another thing is, since since I was laying down since 2 or 3 days, I did some research about the AI to keep me updated. As you know, since some years, since 2022, since we got ChatGPT and so on, I am from time to time checking the trading bots. And guys, last month, something called OpenClaw, you probably heard or read that on X, right? OpenClaw became a thing. OpenClaw. You know what this is, guys? OpenClaw. It's basically an AI assistant. AI assistant. It's an agent, AI agent, and what it does is people give this AI agent access to their computer, full admin rights. And what this does is it does everything. I mean, it has access to all your apps, to your programs, to your websites, to your passwords, and it works autonomously, like completely on its own, you know? It does things for you and so on. Many people did that, and this open clause started, yeah, doing things in the internet, like opening marketplaces, sharing apps and programs with other AI agents. So right now, guys, this open claw is being used for trading by many people and also many successful, really successful. Probably you have seen that. People are doing trading bots with open claw, using Claude, and yeah, it's not easy to trade against thousands of bots, guys, you know, right now. But and the PA still looks good to me. So as I said, this move here today was easy to guess. So despite all the trading bots and manipulation that we have right now, trading is still, I mean, still possible, still predictable, and yeah. But I think it can be improved with using AI. So I will now um, looking, I will be looking to use my knowledge and skills to build something on this basis with using these tools. Not alone, but with my developer. And then let's see what we can do with that. Because it's a lot of potential, guys, really. There's a lot of potential if you can automate trading, can be really good in my opinion. It can check the market. It can check for patterns that you tell him, you know. It learns and so on. Like all the stuff that I know, my favorite patterns, when I have confluence in two, three things that I want for a high probability setup, I can teach this OpenClaw. It memorizes it. Then when it sees pattern like that, for example, when I'm asleep, you know, it will see that pattern and give me an alert or even take the trade on its own. All that is possible now with this OpenClaw because this bot is working 24/7 even when your MacBook or your computer is turned off because you can run it on a server, guys. And that's also what I suggest. What I suggest, guys, do not download this OpenClaw and don't install it on your computer. Do not install OpenClaw on your computer. You don't do that. Use a server because if you do that, it will have access to all your stuff, guys, to all your programs and so on. You don't want to give AI all those rights. So you have to use it on a server, okay? And then it gets to know you, it knows who you are, it memorizes all that. You don't have to tell it everything again and again. It's similar to like when you in ChatGPT or in Grok, when you have one chat, you know how it is, right? It memorizes everything in that chat. In that specific chat, you don't have to tell it the same things again because it memorizes, right? But if you go open a new chat and it doesn't remember. Now, if you have this OpenClaw, for example, running on a server, then it's basically your AI assistant, your agent. It knows everything. You don't have to mention things more often. It really memorizes everything that you tell it, and then starts working for you. It's like an agent. It works 24/7, guys. So when you are sleeping and that one sees patterns that you told him, that taught him, and then it will see that 24/7 and you know it can even execute the trades. Yes, it's really crazy. You saw one Russian guy trading shitcoins, mainly shorting based on some signals from AI bot or so. Yes, all that was already existing, Sasha, like trading bots, signals, and so on. All that is not new, but now this OpenClaw is the next level, brother. It will. This is really next level. So I was surprised when I saw that now agents like this exist who are at PCs 24/7 and doing everything autonomously, guys. Really, it's crazy. It's like you have um, people. Yeah, they are like people, bro. They already made marketplaces where they sell and where they trade. They are trading among each other, you know? They are sharing tools with each other, these AI agents. Millions of them out there right now. It's crazy. Yeah, Bitcoin already started to go up here. I think it goes higher here, as I said, to sweep that high, to sweep this high. I think that's something that it likely does. This is my bias for now. I will not be shorting here. If it goes up, I will not be shorting. Too risky, in my opinion. It probably breaks up to this high here, in my opinion. Yeah. Guys, this week we will be hosting giveaway campaigns. First of all, we will share one for the members only, for the Earn Elite members who are, yeah, in our server. We will give away 3 subscriptions to 3 members, only for the Earn Elite members. And we will also share one on X for everyone, also 3 subscriptions. The one that we share here for the members, the chance to win is really high, guys, because we have like not many people, paying members. It's like currently below 100, I think, even. So the chance to win is really high. Um, yeah, we will give away three, and also on X. Bilal, we will do three, two giveaways, brother. One for the members and one on X for everyone. Last few weeks was hard for me. Almost didn't catch winning trades and closed some winners early. Last few weeks. Basically, since I'm not active. Sorry to hear about that, bro. Almost didn't catch winning trades and closed some winners early. So ideally, brother, I hope you are like at break even because then it's all learning. I always say, Zasha, when you are learning by your mistakes and not making a huge loss, it's still a win because you are learning, right? You know what you did wrong and you closed early and so on. All that is experience. Just like watching charts, when you watch charts all the time for years, you start learning patterns. And also, guys, the best advice that I can give is to learn and memorize patterns, trading patterns. That was my biggest strength to memorize patterns in the past. That's how I caught most of my winning trades by simply recognizing patterns that I know from the past and then yeah, execute on them. That's still the best skill to have to memorize patterns. Obviously, now patterns change with time, so then you have to adapt. You know, you have to memorize the new ones. For example, the same patterns that worked like 2 years ago at that time very well might not work right now. But what you have to do is simply keep checking charts every day, and then you see new patterns. And yes, pattern recognition is the main skill to have in trading, guys. So that's not a big deal, Zasha. I'm pretty sure you have learned something, you experienced, you have more experience now. And if you had, closed some winning trades early, yeah, losses are normal, brother. It's trading is not only winning, it's also losing. But ideally, of course, with the help of traders like we have, ideally the goal is to win, obviously. So yeah, we can discuss about that, Sasha. I will DM you, brother. And also about the server. As you know, we have many traders. Maybe that's also an issue. Honestly, guys, if we have many traders and you follow the trades of all of them, and even when two or three have like a losing streak, that's a big problem for a member. Because, for example, Wave shares like many trades, right? Wave shares many trades, and he has banger trades like very often. So he's profitable without any doubt. He's a profitable trader, right? Or for example, when I'm trading actively, I also have losing trades, but like three losing trades, I recover that. For example, when I'm actively trading. So if you follow one trader like Wave or me, so you will end up the month ideally in profit if you copy. But when you have many traders like this, and for example, Wave has a bad day, he catches like two or three losing trades. And then you think, oh, okay, let me follow now EXO, who's also a very good trader, profitable, without any doubt, right? But he has a bad day as well, and you copy two of his trades, bam, and then you have five losing trades. That's a problem, yes. And especially if you have many traders like this. So I talked about this, as you know, in the last streams, that I think it is a good idea to separate this. But it's also difficult for me, to, yeah, to decide. I don't want to lose any of these traders. We are a team already, but I don't. I think it's not possible in any other way. We have to do that. We have to separate a core team with a few traders. What do you think? We have to do that because it's really a big problem. So many traders, they are all not bad traders. They are profitable traders, but obviously some will have bad days. And if you are unlucky to copy two or three of them at that day, or then you end up having many losing trades. That's the problem, guys. Of course, we can tell you don't follow all traders, only follow one. But it's difficult. You will likely not do that. I wouldn't probably do that as well. Not do that. But it can really get confusing, as Sasha said, when he knows that these traders are good. So when he sees a trader sharing a trade that he probably thinks, okay, yeah, makes sense, but he's wrong. And then, someone else shares also a trade where he thinks, just like the trader also thinks it's a good trade, right? And then you follow them, and yeah, it's a problem, guys. So either you only follow one trader, but then why do we have so many, right? That's another question. Why do we have so many traders? We need to solve that issue somehow. Yeah, we need to solve that, definitely. If we would do a core team, that would be me, Wave, EXO, definitely. The core team would be that. Muro, Wave, EXO, maybe another one, someone else from these. Tell you honestly, because this is the core team here. Muro, Wave, EXO. EXO is like my partner. Wave is my main man. Okay, my wingman. Really glad I have him. And the others, yeah, I love all of them. They're all good. But they all have different styles. So we have to pick one or two of them for the core team, and the rest really separated. Hey, Stefan, where you from, brother? Stefan, I think not from Germany, right? Romania. Okay. Living in Switzerland? Nice. You're living in the paradise. Switzerland is like, bro, like, the movie Elysium, where the rich people are living on like, in the space station. Elysium, the movie with Matt Damon. The world is fucked, everything is fucked, but they are living in paradise there. Yeah. Switzerland is like that, bro. Yeah. Sasha, brother, I will DM you, brother, this week. We have to find a solution for that problem, I know, but I kept delaying it because it's also not an easy decision. And the solution, I need to talk to more people. to a few more members because yeah, Bilal is also agreeing with me about that, with separating. And yes, we have to do something like that, brother. Yes, definitely. Of course, all of them. I don't want to, quit with any of them, but we have to separate something there because it's too much. Too much options. If you have so much options, like the others should be maybe for like when you have a profitable good month and you want additional trades, then you can take those, like you know what I mean, brother? So we have a core team which you take, but then if you have a good month, you're already profitable, you can risk a bit more, then you take the other guys' trades, for example. Or for people who are experienced, who want as much trade as possible, then they can take. Yeah, I agree, brother. I agree. This is messy like this. Even copying more than one trader is difficult. Really, that's difficult. If you think about that, it's logical. If you copy two traders, that's already maybe too much because each of them manages his risk, you know. Maybe one is good in shorting, the other one is good in buying, and then you copy one, he has a good day, and you miss that because you copied the other one who has a bad day because he's better in buying and the other one is better in shorting. Then you keep flipping, for example, two traders who have different approaches. Then you end up catching the losing trades. That can be a problem even with two traders, bro. Have fun. There are different types of Romanian people, bro. You have the Roma, and then you have the normal Romanian people. Those who come to Germany, for example, are the Roma people. And honestly, my city, since they came in the European Union, Bulgaria and Romania, all the Roma people like stormed my city, here, Duisburg, where I live. Yeah, the gypsy guys. Right, right. Bro. And people know them as Romanian because they have the Romanian passports. I'm not like I'm no racist, but bro, when I see patterns, then I it's not like I'm racist, but I see they have always the same patterns. Like, bro, they are throwing away trash from the windows, and really, they have no good manners, bro. They have destroyed our city. Some buildings here look like they are from war, like there is war. Yeah, it's sometimes it's hard, brother, to not become hateful when you see that. Like here in my district where I live, it was always very clean here until last year, brother. One family came from Romania, but gypsy, as you said, bro. One family only, and now we have like you know dirt everywhere, and they bring the from the grocery stores, the cars for shopping cars. Oh, they bring the shopping cars from the grocery stores to their house, to the street, and then they leave them there. Not only one, like they bring one, they leave it there on the street. Next day, they bring another one. Can you imagine a really nice place where wealthy people live? But there is some building, they bring, one family comes to there, and then they mess up the whole district, bro. You know where the gypsies came from, right? Like 1,000 years ago, they emigrated from India. If you didn't know, let me tell you that they are coming from India. They came to Europe, but fairly, one must say, they also have a bad history, bro. There was a slavery, like a very big slavery, and the Roma people For like 500 years, since the 13th century, when they started to emigrate from India, they became slaves in that region, in the yeah, Slovakia, and yeah, in Romania, in that region, they became slaves, and that was like 500 years, bro, until the 19th century. So they have a similar story like the blacks in the USA, but it was even much longer than that, 500 years, those Roma people were slaves, so they had no rights whatsoever. And when you have such a history, it's normal that you cannot, you know, um, yeah, develop like, yeah, as normal human beings. So then yeah, they cannot, they have difficulties, and especially when they come to a place like here, yeah, it's difficult, bro. You know, I get what you mean with they are ashamed because they make your image bad, your Romanian image. Yeah, they make Romania look bad because not many people here know that Romanian people are two types. You have the normal, the clean, the regular Romanian, the real ones, and then you have the gypsies. But many think the gypsies are Romanian because they only see them here. But normal Romanian don't come here because they are wealthy. They don't have to come. But all the Roma people, the gypsies, they come here for money, and the people here think that Romanians are like that. So that's why I understand what you say. Yeah, also from Bulgaria, it's the same, brother. It's the Roma people. Bulgaria has the same problem. People think that they are Bulgarian, but by the way, as a Turk, I know, brother, how it feels because for many decades, everyone with black hair here was considered a Turk. Everyone was a Turk, regardless from where. If he's from the, other side of the world, he's a Turk. So that's why I know how it is with that problem. Yeah. Whoa. Nice. Nice idea, bro. Yes, this is definitely possible, and one of the two scenarios that are possible. This is also the correct level, brother, here that you have drawn. That would be a sweep of that previous high around 74 and then come down. Yeah, sweep that low. This actually makes sense. So that's one of the two scenarios. Sweep that high and then retrace all the way down. Yeah. So here is also MA trend compressing. It can definitely sweep that high, or even without sweep, it can come down there after retesting. Yes, Sasha, this would be nice, really. This would be a big opportunity to really, really invest in crypto again, in my opinion. This would be a good opportunity. Probably bounces here, guys. As I said, I think Bitcoin goes higher. Doge is probably a good long. One moment. Those lows still good to enter. Mm. Doge can be longed, maybe half risk because in case it sweeps the current consolidation. I mean, it either goes up here straight or consolidates a bit more, but it should not go below 92. Here, this 92, this should hold. I think this can be longed. Maybe half size here right now, and then if it keeps chopping a bit more, you can add, and then it should go up, in my opinion. Yeah, altcoin. Bitcoin. It is similar like Bitcoin, like, you know, it's following Bitcoin PA, but it's not outperforming it, brother, because, Bitcoin made the same moves, but even better, how should I say? Like when Bitcoin made new highs today, and then it retested these highs, for example, here, it went up, and then Bitcoin came down, retested this high, and went up. What this is doing right now is basically following Bitcoin, bro, and nothing else. It is just doing a bit more extreme PA, like wicking a bit lower and, a bit more volatile. But let me show you real quick what I mean. It's following Bitcoin, here. And as I said, I think Bitcoin can go up higher here, up to 74. The only question is, will it go up straight or chop a bit to come down here a bit more and then go up? That's the only question. And similarly, Fartcoin, bro, either goes up straight from here with Bitcoin, because it's following obviously Bitcoin, or it sweeps this low one more time. So the only thing, if you are looking for a long, is not use a too tight stop, put it below here, below 15 cents. And then, because we target 74 with Bitcoin, and as I said, bro, I don't see this outperforming Bitcoin. But with altcoins, it is like it can change. They can suddenly start outperforming, like Doge did, for example, because of the news Elon Musk released with X payments. As you know, Elon Musk is a Doge fan. And when the news got out today, when he tweeted that X payments are releasing tomorrow, Doge made a huge move today. But immediately retraced because the market is so shit. So, yes, about this coin. If you want to long it here, I would not risk much because there's a chance that it comes down near this low around 15 cent. Okay. So if you want, you can try to buy there, bro. Near 15 cent. Put your stop below 15. So this would be an ideal entry, but you might not get it. If you want to long here, yeah, I would not go big because then you would have to hold the drawdown. That's the, yeah, bad side, bro. Yeah, that's when a fart coin is almost, it's a big, it's actually a Bitcoin, right? It became big, the market cap. I don't even know what the market cap is, but it's not like a low cap, right? It's mid cap. So majors and mid caps usually follow Bitcoin, except when there's some news or so, then some start outperforming. But usually major coins and the mid coins follow Bitcoin when there's nothing special about them. Let's check hype because hype is one of the bullish coins. The hype coins. Oh, yeah, this was a nice trade that we had taken, I think. Yeah, nice. Then it came down to the EMA 200 on the H4. Nice. So this, I missed this one, but Zacha, you know, when I always suggest here this previous highs to use as support, look how it came down to those previous highs here, bro. And found support on that exactly. Here, this one. These highs here became support. So also with the EMA 200 there was a reclaim. So this was a nice level to buy. I missed that. I wasn't watching. But when was this? Actually, damn, this was yesterday. Shit. Should have, yeah, should have started trading yesterday, guys. But as I said, I was knocked out. I was, honestly, the main problem was my mood, guys. I was fucked up because I got this situation with my lower back because I cannot go to the gym. It fucked up my mood, really. I was depressed, but life goes on. So since I cannot go to the gym, I will simply start trading and also work on those AI short on Bitcoin trigger. Looking for the short. I don't think it goes down, but I think it goes higher here. As I said, I would not be looking to short here, Sasha. I think it can do some really tricky PA here, like rejection first. You know, it can reject, look like it goes down. Usually you would short here, right? When you see a rejection, put your stop above. But I think it can then go higher. So short here, you can try, but I don't want to try it. Because a trigger is usually a rejection, but then you need the right bias. So you have to be, your bias has to be right, Sasha. So when the bias is right that Bitcoin goes down, then the trigger would be a rejection here and then a retest. Like when you have the rejection, you wait for a price to retest that rejection. Let me draw it like this. So typically, when you have a rejection here, okay, then price retests that, it comes close to it and then goes down. So that would be the trigger. The rejection would be the trigger. And then you try to buy as close as possible to that rejection when you short. Like here, for example, it got rejected, right? And then you buy as close as possible to the high, the retest. For example, here it got rejected, right? And then you wait for a retest. The retest here was not very high, but that's because here the supply zones are in the smaller time frame. But that's how it goes, bro. You wait for the rejection and then you buy as close as possible to it. Here the same. Look, here was the rejection, and then the retest is where you short. You get what I mean, bro? And sometimes you have a sweep. Obviously, sometimes the retest can be a sweep. So it's not ideal to put your stop exactly there, but a bit higher because, yeah, a sweep can happen. But if you check the recent PA, you will probably see more often that you have a retest without a sweep. Yeah, like here and here and here. So yeah, that would be my trigger for short, Sasha, to answer your question. Answer your question here, a rejection. And when I have the rejection, I would be looking to buy to short the retest. Okay, that can be done. And then of course the bias that Bitcoin goes down has to be right. And it goes higher. So that's why I said I think it can go up to here, Sasha, to 74. And then the same applies to here. I will be looking for a rejection at 74. Like this. Yeah, I think it can break that resistance, go higher. Then when it gets rejected there, one moment. Hope it makes sense, bro. This would be the trigger. The rejection would be the trigger, then short the retest. Similarly here, wait for the rejection. Here there is a chance that it only sweeps the slower one and not the higher one. It can happen. So then, but the same applies. You you wait for the massive rejection and then short the retest. Go to the lows. What will be the plan to trade alts? You mean the lows at 65 or the lows, the local lows at 60K, slightly below 60K? Yes, or even lower. For altcoins, bro, when we get the move now here on Bitcoin and short, uh, then the plan is to not buy altcoins during that downtrend, obviously, to not long altcoins. And if you see really good short setups on altcoins, because they should actually go down with Bitcoin, uh, I always like to look at Solana because the H4 EMA 200 is usually really good to short Solana. Like here. And yeah. But Sasha, when we short Bitcoin, I think then don't have to short additional altcoins until you see some good entries during the downtrend, for example. During the downtrend, when you want to add additional trades, then we look in the smaller time frame for things like this. Look, for things like this. Just like These highs are becoming support here. The same is for a downtrend. It is working the same way, but the opposite. Like when you have a downtrend, then bro, just like in an uptrend, Sasha, in an uptrend, look, when you have highs like this today on Bitcoin, it's the same PA. That's why uh, show it now here on Solana. Highs here get broken, then it becomes support, right? Then it keeps trending up and so on. And in a downtrend, bro, when the market trends down, it is the same. Like support broken down, it becomes resistance. Then you short here the retest of that previous support. You short then the retest. Now, for example, this starts to trend down here, for example. Okay. Then it makes here moves like this, but it breaks down. So this support now is resistance. We consider resistance, and we short a retest of that here. Put our stop then above it, above these highs here, like that. So this is how you can short then during a downtrend, bro. So the plan then, when market goes into downtrend, if we get rejected at 74, is to short Bitcoin. And if you want to add additional trades, then you have to watch in the smaller time frame for scalping, as I said, just like this as I have drawn. Here, for example, you know, and then it will happen here as well. It will bounce. And then when it fails, then you short simply here the retest of that previous support. It's actually simple. And then usually it is also, you have a diagonal, you know, and when you have the confluence then with the diagonal like this, oh, sorry, a bit ugly right now. But usually a downtrend like this is in confluence with, you have diagonals like this, bro, you know? Then when you have the double confluence, horizontal resistance and diagonal resistance, this is a higher probability, right? You understand? Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I said. Yes, if your bias is right, that is the correct place to short. Ideally, wait for the rejection, as I said, then short Bitcoin. But your bias has to be right. But if it goes for the high, to sweep that high on top, then obviously you will get stopped either anyway. That's the only issue, bro. But yes, it should sweep that recent high, in my opinion, then reject, and then you can short there. And yeah, correct one. This is helpful, brother, this how we short in a downtrend. This is how it's done. Just like the uptrend, the resistance is becoming support here. This is resistance here. And when price goes higher, then this resistance becomes support here, brother. You can long the retest. And in the downtrend, it is the same way, but opposite. Also, same counts for Bitcoin, bro. For Bitcoin, like when it made here new highs, then retested support, went up, made new highs, right? And let's say it gets rejected here and starts trending down. Okay. It will come down to here, right? Bounce a bit, but then go down. So where do you short? You short the retest here of this support. Then it goes down. Bounces somewhere. At some level it will bounce. Maybe even retest here again. But then it goes lower. What do you do now? You short here the retest. again for new lows. This is how it's done, bro. And as I said, it is mostly in confluence with diagonal like this. Makes sense, right? Um, yeah, this is how it's ideally done in the best case. This is easy, easy PA. Of course, in reality, it's not always happening like this, and but actually, it is happening like this. But before the whole move happens, before, for example, how should I say, when it happens, and you don't pay enough attention, you don't make a plan like this, you are not recognizing that maybe, right? It's always good to have a plan like this and then follow the plan. But usually, most of the times, we do not pay enough attention. We are reactive traders. We watch what's happening and then we do not plan a trade like this. But actually, it's better to do this, to pay a bit more attention, to spend more time. Imagine you have a plan like this, mark your levels in advance, do your homework, make notes in the morning. That's actually how I was trading when I was trading really in my zone. I made things like this. I made plans, and that's how I was sharing a lot of trades on Twitter with high success rate all the time, the previous years, because I made plans like this in advance, and this is also how your win rate becomes higher because you had made your plan. But in general, brother Zasha, overall, this is the plan. Like in the smaller time frame, it could be like this. But I have made it too perfect, obviously. So we might not get so many retests and so many chances. It might simply just go down faster, You might only get one retest or two. That can also happen. So this is the ideal, the easy scenario. But overall, as I said, the strategy and the how we enter trades, this is valid. Like previous support. And also, I have drawn here one different thing, brother. Look here. Price made only one low here, and it was not really support. It immediately broke down. When the price now moves up, you can consider this one low even if it's only one low, you can consider that as resistance here, bro. Okay? When it retests that one low that it made. I could show you many examples here from the past where it probably happened. Like open the H4. Sometimes price only makes one low at a certain level. Like here, for example, it made a low and immediately broke down here. Just one thing that popped to my eye, but there's probably many if I would look now. Oh, here, look. It made one low here, then broke immediately down. And that was resistance then from where we got. Yeah, bad example because it made a crazy move after that. Wow, bad example. But yeah, I think you get what I mean. Yeah, for example, here, if price makes a low like this, only one, you can consider this as resistance, and when price goes up to there, you can short there. Okay? If you have confluence, obviously, with the trend and so on. What time is it? Yeah, we have more than 1 hour. And guys, sorry for the beginning where we had no voice, no screen, and so on. Next time I will screen from my PC actually with the big screen. Yes. At least we made a little bit less in here, so not bad. So let me get back into trading first and share some good trades, inshallah. Then we do the size prop things together. Okay. I did explain the reason why we delayed that. First of all, guys, the reason for the delay is because of my small accident. I didn't trade. Second is my friend from the prop firm. He also moved out from Dubai because of the situation, and he came to Europe. The rest of the team is still there, but he is the one I am in contact with, and he also was not active for like 3 days. He just got back to work today with prop. What's your idea how to build capital for us with prop? Brother, I am thinking about ways to make money for you guys besides trading. Besides trading, that's why I'm checking all those AI stuff. Zasha, when AI came out, ChatGPT came out in 2023, actually at the end of 2022, I made a tweet. I said, guys, this is a money maker. Use ChatGPT to make money. This will really be a game changer. I made that tweet right when we entered 2023. Some replied and said, how should it make money? But you know how many people made money with ChatGPT? How they used it to make videos for YouTube with AI videos. They made millions of clicks, or on TikTok, they generated passive income like that, you know. There's always new trends and so on, what you can make money with, affiliating and using AI. And currently, that open cloud thing that I explained at the beginning, there's probably opportunities to make money with that as well, bro. So I'm always looking for things like that. Also, one of the reasons why I made this group was because I thought affiliating might make people money. So if I bring my members, if I make a group and share 50% commission, then I could help a lot of people to make money because I give you a product that you can sell. That was my plan. But somehow nobody wants to, do that. Nobody wants to sell. For example, Zasha, if you wanted to sell something, you could sell earner lead, for example, and get 50% commission. That's how you could make side income. I thought many people would do it, but somehow we have no one who's affiliating, guys, although we give 50% commission. So that was one reason why I made this group, guys. I didn't do this because I was in need for money. I wanted to make a community where people can earn. Rather, you can go to WAP, okay, get your affiliate link from there for this group on WAP. And everyone who joins with your affiliate link, you get 50% from the fee for that. As long as the member stays. No, you can't do that, bro. It's active. We had some affiliates. Some of them sold even yearly subscriptions. They got 50%. So with a yearly subscription, they got $500 for that. I think we had like 4 or 5 affiliate sales of yearly subscriptions. So we had some members who made $500 like that. Just for information, guys. But also about that affiliating, I will try to bring that more in focus so that you guys are more motivated to do that because there's money to be made. You have a product that you can sell, maybe you have to contact many people for that, do some promotion, but yeah, that's how sailing goes, sales business is like that. Thank you, Stefan. Good night, guys. I'm also logging off, guys. See you in the next stream. Let me get back into trading. Hopefully, share some trades. Thank you, Bilal. And yeah, take care, guys. Good night.